but I feel like it was just a weak way to try and eliminate me, and I think, unfortunately, it was not fair. To be honest, it was just getting very repetitive, and the argument was the same thing, the same thing. No, Abhishek is definitely not fake. Isha, maybe I'll say 60%. It will be an honor for me to even help her to name her cute babies, because I think Munawar, he was actually translating you wrong, like he was saying bad.
So hey Navid, welcome on Telly Chakkar.
Thank you for having me. Namaste. Thank you.
What do you think? Is the language barrier was the reason that you are the out of this house now?
I think the language barrier was just a weak way to target me. I feel like I've contributed a lot more than some of the contestants that are in the house. But I feel like it was just a weak way to try and eliminate me. And I think, unfortunately, it was not fair, and it was for the wrong reasons.
What was the reason you feel that these people targeted you?
I think they targeted me because they were like, let's just use language barrier every time to nominate or to eliminate him, because it's the easiest way to get him out. But I feel like that's not right, because they don't realize that Bigg Boss is about inclusivity. It's all about international, and every year there's always an international person on the show. And when I spoke to my good friend Abdul Razik, he even told me, don't worry about the language barrier, because everybody is inclusive, there's not going to be any judgment, and you'll be fine. But I think on this season, the contestants were slightly judgmental about the language barrier.
Yeah, because apart from Abdul, there was Jad also.
Exactly. Even Jad, when I spoke to, he said you should be fine. But I think it was shocking to see that they didn't really support me much on this whole language barrier, because it's not right. I'm equal like any other contestants on the show.
What do you say about Isha's, relationship game in the house with Abhishek, then Samar, then Abhishek?
Boring. It's boring. Very boring. Because I think that, to be honest, it was just getting very repetitive, and the argument was the same thing, the same thing. It was just always the same argument, and sometimes it just came across they're doing it for footage or for the content, and I'm like, it's not real, it's not authentic, Some bits are true, some bits is just made up, So I just think it was too much, and it was a bit disappointing to see that every time.
Was the fake in three of them?
The fakest?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say, to be honest, they're fake. I just think that they're playing wrong. They're not really fake, but they're playing it wrong. They're doing it for footage. No, Abhishek is definitely not fake. Isha, maybe I'll say 60%, because I think she's playing in the middle person, where she has two guys fighting, and I think she likes that because it's giving her extra footage for the camera. But she's a lovely girl, but she has to do what she has to do, and I respect that, but I think it was a bit wrong to kind of be in this triangle.
We have seen, as much as I have seen the episodes, we have found that you have a very strong connection with Abhishek.
Yes.
And he's the only connection you have in the house, if I'm not wrong.
He's one of the strongest connection I have with Abhishek, because Abhishek is a pure heart, he's beautiful, I love him so much. But I've also formed special connection with Ankita, with Manara, with Khanzadi. But my highest and the one I love is Abhishek, and I just really miss him, and I want to see him again. I really have so much love for that guy.
You said you have a good bond with the Khanzadi and Ankita as well.
Yes.
So there are two questions for both of them. One, the Ankita's pregnancy. What do you feel about it?
I think it's beautiful. It's going in the positive direction, and it will be an honor for me to even help her to name her cute babies, because I think the babies will be beautiful. And I really want the best for Ankita, because she deserves nothing but the best.
Well, she is pregnant.
All I can say is going in the positive direction.
Okay. And about Khanzadi, there are few rumors coming around that she is playing game very bad. Like when it comes to Weekend Ka War, she has solved all her problems with all the people, and then...
Yeah, I told Khanzadi once, I said, Khanzadi, listen, you're a very strong player, you're beautiful, you're amazing, but I said, make sure that you don't annoy as well Salman sir, because at some point Salman sir, he was getting a bit frustrated with Khanzadi's reaction, that she keeps fighting, like she has to calm down as well. But she's playing a good game, she's a very strong woman, and she's opinionated, so I think she's going to do very well in the show.
Okay. people saying that Neil is an ideal husband. What do you want to say?
Oh, absolutely. Neil is a very ideal husband. He's beautiful. Honestly, if he was single as well, I would have also targeted him as well because I think he's very good. I even said, I said, Neil, I wish you were also the husband of my, sister, because I think Neil is the perfect marriage husband you can think of. Material. Yeah, he's like, he helps you to calm. The way he looks at you, you want to listen to what he says. So he's I call him very seductive. He's very seductive, I don't know how you say seductive in Hindi, like with his eyes.
No, Indian people are much more aware of such words.
They know, yeah, seductive, yeah. So to all the audience, he's very seductive, but in a good way. And he's fun, yeah, he's a very nice guy, very nice man.
He's more seductive than Abhishek also?
No,
yeah, just choose one of them, Abhishek or me.
I have to go always with my one and only lovely Abhishek.
Okay.
Abhishek, because I shared with him many personal connections.
Is it?
Yes.
It was not shown out.
It was not shown.
Yeah.
The way we were talking, sometimes me and him alone, we were looking into each other's eyes and we were having deep conversations.
He cried very badly for you.
Yes, and he even proposed, and stuff like that. He was like, "Don't go." He gave me his jumper, and I keep saying this, which is really shocking. The way he was crying, he wasn't crying when Summit came in the house like that. He was broken when I left yesterday, and it broke my heart. And I was like, I don't want to go. I really don't.
Because of Abhishek, you don't want to go?
Because of Abhishek and also the connections I formed in the house with Ankita, especially. She was crying, and even Vicky. Like Vicky, he never cried in the house, and yesterday was the first time I see him cry. Like literally everyone in the house was broken yesterday.
But all of them have voted out you.
To be honest with you, I think they weren't thinking it would be an eviction. I think it was more of a nomination sort of thing, because I think it was very unexpected for them. But I think it was those horrible guys, Arun and Telka, that might have influenced them because of the language barrier. Because Vicky, he supported me. He would have never thrown me under the bus.
So you're saying that it was not planned and they were not aware that they're nominating you, they're throwing you out of the house?
Yes, from what I understand, I don't think they were aware of the situation, which is why when Bigg Boss announced it, everyone was very shocked and surprised.
Just say something to the fans of Arun and Telka.
To the fans of Arun and Telka, honestly, I don't know what to say, but I just feel like, they have really not treated me fairly. Arun, he lied about me giving paratha or him, me giving him coffee. And with Telka, to be honest with you, I just feel like he hasn't been showing his true self. All he's been doing is just making this one like, like how he does his joke or tick, 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 tick. But there isn't much. I think he's lost in the game, and I think the opportunity should be given to someone who is well-deserving, who's proactive, like myself in the house. So I'm very sorry to the audience if they have disappointed you, but they were disappointing in the house.
Last question for this segment. Do you really feel that Anurag, UK07 rider, has been targeted by Salman and by the rest of the people in the house?
You know what? I think with Anurag, it was very disappointing because I think he disrespected, in a way, Salman Sir, which is why last week Salman Sir said, I'm not going to do this thing to help you guys. I will do only one-to-one interviews with who wants to talk to me. So I think Anurag was a bit disappointing to disrespect Salman Sir, because Salman Sir, he's one of the biggest Bollywood actors and he knows everything about this industry. So I think Anurag was wrong, and I think the way he threw the plate and, damaged the house was not right as well. So I think, to be honest, he should leave the house as soon as possible, because I think he's also lost in the game. He doesn't know. He's playing safe.
Yeah, as Aishwarya has lost her game.
Aishwarya as well, beautiful, beautiful girl, but yes, she even told me as well. She said, Navid, I don't know what to do, I'm lost in this process. So I think there's so many people that have lost their authenticity in this house. And like, for example, Arun, Telka, maybe Aishwarya as well, because Aishwarya is like, she's a strong woman, but she's not giving that true 100% personality. And even I was trying to push her. I was like, Aishwarya, come on, you can do this, girl. But I think in the house also it's very hard, to be yourself, because you get so drained. There's so much energy, so much emotions, that it sometimes makes you lose yourself, you know.
You're not talking about Munawar. You didn't had any connection with him?
Munawar, yes. Well, Munawar, I formed a very special connection as well, where he was, you know, giving me life advice. But I don't like the fact that when I was before the Diwali bash, I told him, please, can you translate this for the Indian audience of what I'm trying to say?
He was one.
Yes, but what I realized after I got out of the show yesterday, fans wrote to me saying, Navid, you know, Munawar, he was actually translating you wrong, like he was saying bad things. And I said, what, really? So it was very calculated and manipulative. I didn't like it. It was bahut ghalat. You shouldn't have done that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Feeling talking to Telly Chakkar.
Thank you so much, Telly Chakkar, for having me. Make sure, fans, you stay tuned because it's an amazing channel. So stay tuned and watch this interview. Thank you, India, and I love you.